Hey there guys, how are you? So I was sick for the last couple of weeks, but you know what helps with that? A double dose of Batman. You just inject it in each arm. Ugh, that feels like justice. And with all that said, is it just me, or do criminals in Gotham City have worse aim than stormtroopers? Look at this! Like, how many times can you miss him? Just shoot him in the face! It's like they're aiming everywhere except for right about here. I'll aim here, but not here. I'll shoot him in the armor plating. That'll get him. Now let's talk about the first thing we see in the trailer, and that's Paul Dano's Riddler in a coffee shop. And the fact that it's Paul Dano, it sort of reminds me of his character in the film Prisoners, which is phenomenal, by the way. But he's sort of creepy and eerie, and it just feels like he's murdered someone. And I like that vibe. That sounds weird and sadistic, but it's true. And if you're going to have a detective film noir version of Batman, the perfect villain for this adaptation is a character like the Riddler, or a villain like the Riddler, because he's going to give Batman a mystery to solve, utilizing his detective skills. Two things, what is his connection to Batman, and what is the end goal? Those are the two questions I can't wait to figure out when I watch this movie. And with all that said, do you remember the plot of the Riddler in Batman Forever? He wanted to suck the brain power out of people with a device so he could be the smartest man in Gotham City. It's not just a call, it's a warning. Every Batman trailer needs a great line, and this trailer's great line. At certain points in this trailer, when you look at Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne, it almost looks like he's dirty and grimy and hasn't showered in days. He'd just rather be Batman out in the streets of Gotham unleashing his rage and vengeance against criminals. And I'm just like, I get it, man. If my parents were both shot to death, I'd be pretty pissed off too. But first, let's hang out with Catwoman, just for a few minutes. I'm just putting it out there. And as far as Catwoman goes in this trailer, Zoe Kravitz, she actually is pleasantly surprising me, at least from the few scenes I see her in the trailer, which looks like she'll have a major supporting role. But back to Robert Pattinson as Batman in this film, it just looks like he's on a suicide mission. As a wise man once said,
"You fight like a young man, with nothing held back."
That's my crappy Bane impression, but essentially, he's fighting like he has nothing to lose, and I like that. I like seeing that version of Batman. He's just reckless and just wants to get the job done. He doesn't care about the next day. And speaking of Batman losing his shit, there's one scene in this trailer where he punches this interrogation room, jail cell visiting room glass, and he's like, "What have you done?" And for a brief second, that reminded me of the interrogation scene in The Dark Knight where Batman just loses his cool and beats the shit out of the Joker. And also in this trailer, we get a way better look at Colin Farrell's Penguin, and he looks great as the Penguin. Also, you sort of almost see his demise in this trailer, where his car flips over and Batman's walking towards him. I can only imagine he ends up in Arkham Asylum after that, building up his character for the next installment, making him the true version of the Penguin. That's just a theory, but speaking of that, I'll show my French flipper trick. Go watch Batman Returns. I know, it's weird. Overall, as far as this trailer goes, halfway through when the music kicked in and it got real Batman-esque, you know what I'm talking about, and it played the brooding music, oh, it was paced so perfectly. And that scene where Batman's beating up a whole bunch of criminals in a nightclub with the strobe lights in the background, that is just everything I love to see. It reminded me of The Dark Knight for a second, especially the shot where he takes Penguin by the collar and does this. It was sort of the same shot in The Dark Knight, but hey, not complaining. So yeah, this trailer is what I wanted it to be. It actually was pleasantly surprising. It's shaping up to be that version, that incarnation of Batman that I've wanted to see for a long time now. And the best thing I can say about it is it doesn't just look like another glossy comic book movie. This looks like some kind of weird serial killer film that just happens to have Batman in it solving the mystery. Like, this could be the new Seven movie, except you don't have Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt, you have Batman. And that's really the biggest positive I can say about this, and that's what I want to see. What is Black and Blue and Dead All Over? Well, my heart until this movie comes out in theaters. I can't wait to check it out. As always, guys, leave your thoughts, your opinions down below. What did you think about the trailer? And also, if you haven't already, make sure you check out my Venom 2 Let There Be Carnage movie review from a few weeks ago. Take care, guys. Make sure you subscribe. That way, I can see you next time. Because it's not just a subscribe button. It's a warning. Actually, it's just a button. Click it.